What's up, guys? SHOT Show 2022. We are here with Joe Flowers in the Condor booth. Let's talk knives. What's up, guys? We are here in the Condor booth with Joe Flowers. Now, Joe has already had his coffee for the morning. I have not.
Kurt's coffeeless.
I'm coffeeless. So, running on some fumes. But that's okay because
I can smell his fumes from here. No,
Joe is going to take over and he is going to just blast us with some of the coolest new stuff they've got in the booth. So, dude.
Except I'm going to give him the stuff to hold because he can actually, stand still. So, this is all 2022 stuff. Some of the stuff hasn't been covered yet on YouTube just because I know more about my designs and some of the other designers, and I wanted to make sure that a lot of this other stuff got covered, and so you guys are getting kind of some of the scoops, more or less.
I love that.
One of the things I'm super excited about this year was an in-house design by Condor tool and knife. This is called the Blue River neck knife, and the thing is, when you're watching this on YouTube, you don't you really get a size for reference because you see humans with thumbs and stuff.
Right.
And thumbs and probably belly buttons too. Like not on YouTube or whatever, but holding this, I don't know what that means. Holding this in your hand so you get a reference for the size. So this is an in-house design by Condor. It's a neck knife with a out the top style pull-out leather sheath. Everybody talks about Condor sheaths. You know why?
Why?
El Salvador is primarily a boot, or not, they have a rich history in making shoes.
Okay.
So they know how to form big pieces of leather into shoes. So that's why that transitions into a lot of the leather work that they do.
And I don't know if you're this way, but I'm this way, and I know a ton of other knife guys out in the industry are this way. When I see a leather sheath, I do the smell test.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's good.
He's fuming
leather.
now. He smell it up, dude. Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that
wasn't
good
awkward
leather.
at all.
I know.
and not only that, we have very fragrant leather. It smells like a new car, I think. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Hold it. Actually, smell it. So we're doing a sniff test.
It's nice.
You guys get smell-o-vision on YouTube.
It's smell-o-vision. I love that.
So that's
really cool.
That's why people comment, oh, the leather sheaths from Condor so well, because we have they have a really good heritage in working leather, and that's called the Blue River neck knife. And you can see the light blue turquoise insert. It's not turquoise. It's a polystone. So it's a little bit more durable, but a beautiful knife.
Is cool.
Yeah, and that's all in-house. We're really
crazy.
Evolving as a company. I'm super proud of them for doing that. They also came out with the Buccaneer, machete, and we'll
this thing
link
is
about
so
that.
fun.
Just don't say the S word. And it is a machete. You can use it for machete stuff. But yeah, check that out. It's made out of 1075 high carbon steel with a welded hand guard, and of course leather, because we're smelling and talking about leather. A leather wrapped handle that actually has micarta, this is a prototype, by the way, guys. It might change a little bit underneath, so it's not just a flat piece of metal with leather around it. It actually has ergonomics on it too.
Right.
And it comes with a full grain leather sheath. Buccaneer sword, new for 2022. I think this is the first time we're talking about it.
You said the S word. Dang it.
It's not a sword, it's a sword machete.
It's a schmetty.
Yeah, it's a schmetty. Guys, this is a machete made by a machete company in El Salvador.
Dang.
There, I said it.
Super fun.
And honestly, I know people who can probably change a tire, and I'm not kidding. They can probably change a tire with that thing. So when we're talking people who have a rich history of machete, they've been making machetes since the 1960s. It goes all the way to Bayersburg, Germany, who used to own all of these different machete companies. First thing they do when they wake up in the morning, they're not checking Instagram or something. They're grabbing their machete and going out fixing the thatching on the roofs, or getting a mango, or crud, their spatula broke, and they're not sitting here. But no, I'm serious. I got videos of this, like kids, not like doing the chest lever grip and doing stuff, but actually making a spatula to go inside the house and move around the rice or the chili.
Yeah,
it's super cool.
That makes sense. Why not?
Yeah, and it's very innate in their nature. It makes me feel like a 2-year-old when a 5-year-old freaking outcarves me with a machete when I'm trying to use a Scandi ground, beautiful carving knife, and it's very humbling.
That's awesome.
This new for 2022 is a Cantina Axe. I got to hang out with Sam Carter, I believe he was 2019 axe throwing champion, really cool guy, and we got to throw lots of axes and learn about the whole world of axe throwing. I love throwing. I never said I can throw well, but I used to compete in knife throwing and lose because I'm not that great at throwing. But in the whole world of axe throwing, explode. You talked about the axe bars around here, right?
It is magic. It's huge, guys. Booming industry. Just in our complex in Utah where our building is, literally right next door is an axe throwing place. We go there. It's called Premier Axe Throwing. Dude, the guys are so cool. We go over there. We just hang out, need a break from work, throw some axes. As soon as I saw this, I was like, "That's a thrower."
Yeah. This is still the prototype, guys. So axe throwers don't flip out and all that stuff too. I'm not making fun or anything. We're just listening to you guys. We based this off of the front of I believe the plum rafters axe, and nomenclature might be wrong there, but that's like the holy grail for axe throwing, from what I understand. We might make one end a little bit more pointy, I don't know, but also taking this whole setup for axe throwing and making it something that you can still, use out in the bush. Not just to drink beer and
it's not just it's not just a throw toy.
The back of the pole is hardened. We beveled it, so like if you miss when you're axe throwing and hit another axe, the bevels work a little bit better. It doesn't put like a little piece of metal on the end. It kind of works it off, and of course replacement handles, all that fun stuff too. And so that is our Cantina Axe. Cantina, of course, is bar in Spanish. And so, the bar axe, more or less, and that's new this year.
That's kind of what throwing events turn into.
Yeah, it's just guys who just want to go throw stuff and make it stick. I got to sound professional, sorry guys. Dude, it's totally fun. Are we going later? Let's go.
Yeah, right? Let's do that.
We have to go do some research.
Exactly.
And so that's new this year too. And that's my design, by the way. But I had a lot of help from some of the wonderful people in the axe throwing community. Sam, thanks by the way for your help. Also new this year, this is one of my designs. The Makara was a really cool combination of me watching Lord of the Rings too much, a Japanese style katanas, and also the foundation of where I come from with this beautiful company, which is machetes, and making it work. And the Makara is a much longer blade, so I was thinking, man, I need to make something high speed, low drag that I can put in my backpack and that stuff too. So we made the mini Makara. I mean, this is so small, right? So 1075 high carbon steel. Mini Makara is the name. Really cool. What's the word? Amalgam, mixture of all these different aspects, but I don't care. I'm not gonna lie. I remember when they were just doing this and ready to slay some orcs, and I was like, there is a usable, functional axe design in that sword style. So I made it my own and something I felt could work. But I'm gonna take this.
Plus, man, something about two-handing that thing.
Yeah, you're right.
You just want to swing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are different ways, real quick, and I'm gonna try not to talk for 40 minutes, but my best. But there are different ways you can do a one-handed machete cut with two hands. Reinforcing the back of your wrist can help a little bit. It's not going to give you that much more power, but that can help. But that's basically the closest way. The other one that I've seen with the Matisse tribe that I work with, which was really weird, is I'm not saying you guys should do this, and I don't either. This guy's like no blades, and they have. If you think you've never seen blade safety, holy crap! You should see some of the tribesmen that I call friends. They do that all day long. They're chopping with it. You know why? Why? They file the edge down so that they can grip right here. They think an edge. They know because they're using blades a little bit more than
right. They've been using this forever.
Yeah, they file the edge down and just use the end of the blade that way. So we keep ours sharp in that way. But guys, it's really easy to dull machete. Don't void your warranty or whatever.
Right.
But like, if you want to do that, use a file. Don't cut yourself too much. And that's how they're doing it. But
that's really interesting. That's cool to know.
But we got a baseball heritage, man. We're Americans.
That's
right. we do that. So we of course love the two-handed work. We got this beautiful American frontier heritage from axes. That's why we love axes so much. So we're used to doing that, and that's where that double hand work comes from.
Swinging it, chopping hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I get this in my hand or like an axe, I just want to see how hard, how deep I can bury that in that log.
Dude, that's fun, right? I mean, good gosh. But it's a little bit different on the end than the actual full-size Makara machete. Just because I looked at that and I was like, gosh, if it's a little bit shorter and I have to hang out of a tree stand to get some brambles down or something like that, that can rub on the back of your hand. And so you get a little bit more of a length that way doing that. This might just be Weird Joe stuff, but I really like that grip a lot. That's how I even use smaller knives that way. So that's why that's smooth.
That's really cool.
1075 high carbon steel, about 3 millimeters or more or less 1/8 of an inch thick. High speed, low drag, full leather sheath, all that fun stuff. And I just love the design. It feels cool, but it still, functions as what the absolute foundation of this thing should be, a machete.
Dude, this is so fun.
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking down the Amazon jungle later on. Condor, in-house design in Ulu too. The Ulu has a rich Pacific Northwest indigenous heritage, not just the Inuit or the Eskimos, but a whole slew of different tribes. And everybody thinks, okay, Ulu, we do this, that, and the other. No, if you look at 1930s and 1920s, photos and stuff, you see them doing all sorts of different grips, and they're not using it to just process food. They're using it to work steaks or work things that they have to spread apart. The different animals or foliage that they've harvested, making pine trees, depending on where they're at, to do that. So we wanted to pay homage to that rich tradition, so we came out with our own style Ulu this year.
Dude, like you were saying with the different types of grips, I can imagine, using it like this, more tip use. You could even come back a little bit and do like a push cut.
Nowadays, I hope I'm not ranting too much, but we're like so compartmentalized in all the different grips that we use with these wonderful, beautiful cutting tools called knives, and through some of the wonderful people who I've got to work with in other countries and other heritage, and even in the U.S. too. I mean, you can learn tons of different grips just from the chef down the street, and they'll blow your mind. But they show you how to manipulate, one of the most important tools in our human heritage, in different ways, instead of, we have to hold it this way and do that and the other. And like, gosh, they got finesse.
Right.
And you learn more about yourself when you're able to finesse a tool.
That's really cool.
This is designed by Tony Lennartz, and this is called the Meat Love knife. This is a steak knife with very cool white paper micarta on the end. Tony Lennartz is from Germany. He's an incredible designer for us, and it came out this year too. This is a 420 HC steel, so it's a very, very cool addition to our kitchen series, much like the Ulu, and it comes with a old style. This isn't technical, guys. I'm sorry, internet, but what I would call like a frontiersman style sheath, where they put it, they're wearing a big heavy coat, and they're able to put that around the belt, over their coat and stuff, and that's where this giant, belt partition comes from. At least for me. I haven't asked Tony about what his ideas are behind the sheath, but that's from my understanding, and a lot of the gentlemen who are hardcore rendezvousers might agree. So it's super cool, and that's called the Meat Love knife. If you love meat, I love meat.
I love meat.
I go through like 4 pounds of deer or venison jerky a week, so I can't wait. Awesome. I can't wait to start using that. Also, an in-house design from Condor. They redesigned their bolo, and their bolo, which I'm super happy about. They made it thinner. machetes are supposed to be thin. You know, we yes, I've designed God knows how many thick machetes, but I love thin machetes too. This is to me, this is like a Ferrari of the machete build, because the blades not pulled all the way back there. Yeah. They use that all day long. I know that sounds like everybody always cringes, but I'm very comfortable with blades and my blood being everywhere. But a lot of times, like I said before, you know, in Central or South America, I've seen them just sharpen the ends. This can be used for all the different, we just talked about that, finessing different blade work so that they can use a blade that way, pop it back this way. This is a really like intrinsic design for a dude who knows how to use a machete, and also to introduce people who don't into what a machete should be. This bolo really came out very, very well. It's less than 1/8 of an inch. I believe this is 2.5 millimeters, 1075 high carbon steel. And guys, if I don't get the specs right, I apologize. With the Condor, eye of the Condor, this is a Condor original. You've seen it on Matt Graham's designs. You've seen it on a couple of different designs. Even my design from last year, the Polar North. It's supposed to look over you in battle. That's the eye of the Condor, and it has a little bit of an El Salvadorian myth behind it. But also, works well if you just want to hang it on the box stand. Right. So, yeah. So there are lots of different uses. I'm crazy. I'll take the Smile Axe, a vine from Georgia, which actually isn't that great for cordage, and put it through there and take all the thorns off and strip it of the thorns so I can use it.
That's nice.
It's not that usable of a cordage. This isn't like a survival hack, but it works for me. Also, that little flange on the back. This is very reminiscent of most American machete designs, most machete designs that you see throughout U.S. military history. And there's a couple reasons I think behind that. God bless Carteria, who's not alive right now. I really wanted to ask him about this, but a lot of times they have that at the end, I think, to make sure when your hands are all sweaty that it doesn't pop out of your hands and do all that. And it's a really, really, really distinct, you know, point of a machete.
Oh,
you see that at the end. And of course, we have a huge Kydex sheath to go with it. So we've got basically all brown,
plus
ready to go.
If you're out in the Amazon and you gotta, you know, make a boat.
Right. Dude, absolutely.
Right?
And you know, it's funny that you say that, because I'm trying to design a canoe and paddle knife that, anyway. Oh no, spoiler alert. And that was one of my first thoughts, because I've actually had to freaking canoe a dugout or manipulate a dugout with the machete.
Really?
Once. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be
stupid paddle
so fun.
broke, and we were out there fishing with the machetes, and I know how weird that sounds. Survival hack. If you want to fish with the machete, you hold the. I know I'm going out on a rant, guys, but whatever.
No, this is
hold
awesome.
the flashlight by your eyes. You got the eye shine. Cool. You see a bass. Don't aim for it. Aim in front of it, and don't swing too hard when you're trying to cut it. You just want to flick a little bit, because you just want to kind of hurt it. Otherwise, you have to pick up 2 pieces of fish, and it's doing more work.
Yeah.
So that's how you fish. How they fish with the machete. Not in the U.S., because that's, I think, kind of illegal, but in South American stuff too. But yeah, like in dugout boat, like the freaking canoe paddle broke because it just got eaten by termites, and you're like, all right, forget it, and started paddling with the machete, got back, and had a bunch of catfish to eat. And so yeah, this would have been even more ideal for that particular purpose. And then it's all MOLLE compatible too, so you can put like your whole MacGyver kit all right here as well, which I will probably do. So that's brand new this year as well. And also, Jason Breeden came out with the Tactical Pass EDC Dagger, which is a push knife. You guys know exactly what this is for, so you can figure it out. But it's a very cool design. Jason Breeden has a wonderful history of designing. He's designed for Spyderco, Tops, I believe Kaiser as well, and he's just a charming individual from Virginia. So he's really cool to talk to, and that's one of his new push daggers that's coming out. And so all of this, plus a whole lot more. I'll pause for a second for you. Right?
No, you're good. That's fun.
So all of these items, plus a whole lot more, and I'm not trying to shave your beard. All of these items, plus
I trust you.
I wouldn't. Just kidding. I think. All of these plus a whole lot more are on condortk.com, Condor Tool Knife. Also Instagram, Facebook, all that fun stuff. If you guys are interested in really understanding yourself and using knives, I run trips down in South America, bushcraftglobal.com. I'm expanding. I might be doing some stuff here in North America too. Like, seriously, just calling it the Rambo class.
Yeah.
You get to reenact the scenes from Rambo with the big knife, and you have to learn some survival skills that way in Georgia.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, so expanding that way. But guys, just I think you might be on this channel and mash the subscribe button because you like knives. Just go out and use them and have fun. That's it.
I absolutely
Disclaimer.
love it. Guys, if you guys want us to do a video with Joe out in the wild, let us know down in the comments, and I think we should try to make that happen.
That could be fun.
It would be way fun.
We'll bring Band-Aids.
Yes, I'll bring the Band-Aids, you bring the knives.
Excellent. That sounds like a done deal.
Sounds awesome. All right, guys.
You need some coffee, man.
I do.
We have a busy SHOT Show coming up, and guys, I know this sounds like awesome that we get to all hang out and do this, but these poor guys have to hold these cameras all day long. Give them a thumbs up because they have to work their butts off. I'm pretty surprised that we still have our voices right now.
Dude.
So thanks, Kurt.
It really means a lot. I appreciate it. All right, guys, we will catch you on the next one.